Shout out to TLP Sports Club, baby. Shout out BWB. BWB. Bandwagon Buffs. BWB, baby. Shout out to Bandwagon Buffs. Shout out to TLP Sports, man. Let's go.
TLP Sports, man.
Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon Buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. Look at the bottom of your screen. You can cop your BWB merch and rep the most educated, well-informed, and least delusional fan base there is in all, and not me, all of college football. Don't buy the hype. Buy BWB, Bandwagon Buffs. But family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. What's up, guys? So thanks for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. This video, we're gonna be doing a reaction of the Coach Prime press conference, just like you see that on your screen. I am doing a screen recording, and the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I want to give a shout out to Brian Howell. This footage is coming from his YouTube channel. I'm gonna click on here right quick, and his YouTube handle is right here, Brian Howell. That's 338. So Brian Howell 338. The reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of us creators, we get footage from other YouTubers, other creators like Well Off Media or Reach the People Media, or we may get footage from some of the players because they have their own YouTube channels. When you look at the bottom of some of my videos, I put courtesy of so that you can see the handle on there. Sometimes I do forget. You gotta charge that to my head and not my heart, but I do want to encourage other creators that if you're going to be using footage from either Brian Howell, like I'm using his footage now, or from other players or from other creators, please make sure to give them credit, because if somebody was to take my footage or to take your footage, I'm sure you will feel just like I feel. I feel some kind of way, because if you give credit, it gives people who are watching who may not be familiar with the channel or with the creator that you're giving credit to, it may give them an opportunity to go to their channel and subscribe. So I hope that you go ahead and subscribe to Brian Howell's channel, and I do want to thank you, Brian Howell, for your footage. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the press conference, and I'm going to cherry pick on some of the things that I do actually respond to. Hopefully YouTube, you allow me to play this footage from Brian Howell. It is a reaction video, so hopefully they don't flag me for reacting to this video. So without further ado, let's get into the press conference.
Questions for Coach?
Hi, Coach. Mr. Tiger, 24/7 Sports.
How you doing, Adam?
Doing well. As compared to the spring, does this now feel like your football team?
Yes. These kids can play. The roster is really talented. I love going to practice each day, witnessing the battles that we have at certain positions.
So right quick off the bat, that was Adam Mustard Tiger from 247 Sports. Coach Prime is asked, is this your team now? I want to actually make a point of, for those of you who are new, who are starting to come along now that the season is almost here, Coach Prime was asked some time ago about this specific thing, and Coach Prime, with a little bit of frustration on his face, he said, the team that you see us with now is not the team that we're going to play with in TCU. So right off the bat, Adam asked the question, and Coach is like, yeah, this is it. This is my team. I feel like this is my team now. It's not a bunch of holdovers from the other regime. This is my team. I recruited most of these guys, even though he still does have a few players from the 1-11 team, but this here is his team, and he should feel comfortable with the way that he's coaching them, and he should own it that this is his team now.
Receiver battles, offensive line, defensive backs, corners, kickers. It's unbelievable, man. And I love the depth that we're displaying right now. I really do. It's a whole new team. And the thing about it, instead of asking me about the roster change and all that, why don't you ask the guys that we held over? That'll be a good place to start. Ask them how much better this team looks, how much closer this team is. Ask them. Better tell.
Coach Joe Rico, Mile High Sports Radio, final word. Can you talk a little bit about, where Colorado is headed as far as this kind of craziness going on with college football?
What craziness you talking about?
Well, just different teams moving.
Man, I don't care nothing about no different teams moving up. We trying to win, man. I don't care where we play.
Okay.
I don't care what conference, who we're playing against. We're trying to win. All this is about money. You know that. It's about a bag. Everybody's chasing a bag. Then you get mad at the players when they chase it. How is that? How do the grown-ups get mad at the players when they chase it when the colleges are chasing it?
Yeah, that's true. I just
I know that's true.
couple more teams moving today, rumor. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, same teams are talking about us, right?
So right here, Coach Prime is talking about the Big 12 move, and he's talking about the conference realignments. Guys, if you go to the channel, I do have a video for each thing that he talks about in this conference, in this press conference. So I have tried to make a video for the most part on most of the things that he's going to cover in this press conference. But the Big 12 move is about money. You have to have money to do what you have to do. We all know that Coach Prime is a very open, upfront. He don't be hiding nothing. Coach Prime don't speak like the other coaches. There's no political correctness. It's just straight up what it is. He's gonna give it to you straight. I don't know any other coach that's gonna come out and say this is about money. I have not heard it from many coaches. Most coaches want to be coy. Coaches want to have that political correctness. They don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable when it comes to putting the school or anyone else in a position to have to answer questions. Was this a power move? Was it a money move? Coach Prime just kind of said it like it is, puts it out there. You deal with it how you're going to deal with it. That's why we love this guy. That's why we follow this guy. Call me whatever names you want to call me. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to compete with the other teams or with the other conferences, the SEC is very strong. They have unlimited budget, it seems, to get some of these 4 and 5 stars to come over. The NIL bags are bigger than most other conferences. You can't travel as you want to. You can't do the things that you want to do as far as recruiting and being able to draw as much talent as you want to draw. The initiative that the university has, in order for you to get all of these things done, you need money. Your hands are tied when you can't get the money that you want to get. There are coaches that you want to hire that you have to pay a certain amount of money. There are actual equipment. There are services like those Calippo vests that they wear. Those things cost money. You think those things are cheap? In order for you to have an advantage, in order for you to be able to compete at the highest level, and the way to do that is to be in a conference that can get the media rights and get you more money. Hopefully that makes sense to a lot of you. If it doesn't, go watch my video about the conference realignment on the channel. Let's keep it moving.
Oh, Lord, that was good.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How
Are you better than I am?
I don't know. We'll
You know
see.
what? I think I can get you in the 30 right now.
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, let me see what kind of school you got.
Nice little one.
Yeah, I think my tires are a little bigger. I got you.
I think so. In the spring, you talked about when you're building this team, you want it to be bigger than a team.
Yeah.
As it pertains to brotherhood,
Yes.
coaches having that relationship with players.
And they are.
How have you seen that evolve now that you guys are here?
It's unbelievable, man. Even, with the guys we brought in the spring, the unity that they're displaying, as well as the unity with the other guys that have come in the summer, it's unbelievable. Like, you got to see them at lunch, breakfast, dinner, just around the complex, all around town. These guys are really solid in there. They're really unified. And they know what the common goal is, and that's to win. And they want to go pro. They want to get to the next level. They want to be a pillar in the community. I love what I'm seeing. The coaches are doing a phenomenal job of blending everything and meshing everything together. But these kids, we got to give them credit for what they're accomplishing. It's not an all-white table at lunch. It's not an all-black table at lunch. It's a team, and I love that.
I actually wanted to speak on this right quick. It's not an all-white table. It's not an all-black table. Race is something that we want to steer away from. Nobody wants to think race at all right? But we have to be honest. When you look at the room, when Coach Prime arrived, what was the percentage of white players that were in that room, and what was the percentage of black players that were in that room? And if you look at it now, what does it look like? Does the team look a little bit more colorful? Does it not look colorful? I know people don't want to even touch that topic of race. It's important to point out, players are from different walks of life. Sometimes because of their backgrounds, the white players may feel some kind of way, and the black players may feel like they don't have anything in common with some of the white players. I remember on one of the footages, one of the black players, a white player, they were talking and they were asking questions about each other. They were like, hey, what are some of the most difficult things that you've been through? And they were sharing that type of information. I felt like that was a great thing to do. Let's just talk about Jace Feely, for example. Jace Feely is a supporter of Trump. If you look on his Twitter page, he's a supporter of Trump, and his dad is also a supporter of Trump. Just because he's a supporter of Trump does not make him a racist. A lot of us would like to think that, oh, if you support that you're racist. We have to be more open-minded about who people support and who they are. Regardless of your political affiliation, we all have different backgrounds. I'm with the understanding that the more we come to the table and we talk about our differences, the better it is for all of us. And I like the fact that Coach Prime brought this up because a lot of y'all out there don't see color, which is such a silly thing. All right, but we see color. We know that the team is getting a little bit more colorful. And in the subsequent years, I'm going to put it out there that the team is definitely going to get more colorful. And why do you think it is? Look at the NFL. The NFL is what? 70-something% black or person of color. It's not a secret. It's nothing we can run away from. It's something that we have to be upfront about and we have to talk about it. Somebody should say something. I like the fact that the kids are getting along. No matter your background, let's talk. Let's sit down and talk. You support this person. You support Trump. If I was having a conversation with Jace Feely, I would ask him about his supporter of Trump because I hate the guy. I loathe Trump. I don't like him, but it comes from somewhere. Jace Feely should know why I hate Trump. Like, I don't like the word hate, but I hate Trump, and I don't like anybody that likes Trump. But the reason why I hate Trump so much is because he does not like Africa, and the fact that his dad, when it comes to employing black people, the way that his dad treated people with their hotels and with other things, it just doesn't rub on me correctly. But that doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation with somebody who's a Trump supporter, because I can understand, because one of my cousins or one of my wife's cousins loves Trump. We had a conversation. They may not support the parts of Trump that says stuff like, go back to your African countries and stuff like that. When he makes comments like that, it rubs off on me negatively. And I don't like the fact that he will make a comment like that. Trump will make a comment like that. And anybody that supports Trump, I feel like you are of the same mindset, but maybe not. Somebody have a conversation with Jason, see where he stands as far as Trump not liking African countries, and see where he stands and what is it about Trump that he likes, and then they can find out what political party they like and they can move on. But I feel like without conversation, it is very hard for you to get anywhere because you have a preconceived notion of somebody. When it comes to having lunch, you're going to go say over there, oh, they're black, they're going to be Democrat automatically. Oh, they're white, they're automatically going to be Republican, and I don't like Republicans. That kind of thing is not progressive. It doesn't move anything forward, and I'm glad that Coach Prime brought this up because it's important that we as people, we must have conversation in order for us to move the needle or move forward. So I'm glad he brought that up and gave me the opportunity to say something.
Brian, go ahead.
Coach Brian Howell from Bola Daily Camera.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
This spring, you obviously had a whole bunch of new guys in the spring, you had new coaches, all the new guys in the summer. How's everything meshing together, and what improvements have you seen, not only players, but coaching staff?
Well, meshing together, we just talked about that. These kids are unbelievably, grown-ups have a problem with getting along because you guys are set in your ways. Kids don't. You guys have the problem because you all judging each other. What you driving, who making money, who doing this, who doing that. Kids don't. Kids don't have the same problems that we have. You drop your darn kids off at a new school, within a couple of days, what they gonna be? Oh my God, I met little Holly and she is unbelievable. I mean, that's just how it is. Grown-ups are with the foolishness. Kids are, man, they just want to be happy and play ball and realize their dream and accomplish that. So I'm happy with that. The coaches are unified, man. We unified, solidified. We got a great coaching staff. We added Coach Sherman, and he's doing a phenomenal job right now. He really is. Love what he's bringing to the table.
Ariel, go ahead.
Ariel Orsino, 9 News. Coach, what's going into the decision to kind of keep practice closed as of now, and are you planning to allow us to come see us?
We got YouTube. We have about 4 people out there on YouTube channels. You see everything we do. You see everything we do, so it's not just keeping you out. We just want to work. You know, we get hoopla, we're talked about everywhere. So sometimes we just want to get the work in. We'll put out what we want to put out, and you guys go catch it and run with it and do your thing. We're going to let you in. I'm going to let them in another day, didn't we?
We had a little issue, that's my fault, so we're working on it.
Yeah, we let them in another day. We're going to let you in.
Any plan to let us see what you have in the future, so we can see you guys work and see what the team kind of looks like?
Most definitely. When you want to come?
Anytime.
Okay.
You name the time and I'll be there.
I got you. We'll let you in.
Go ahead, Brian.
When you want to come. You know what? He's a different kind of guy, man. I love it about him. He's open, he's honest, and the very first practice, they had a miscommunication about when the press conference was going to happen. So I know Brian Howell, whose video that I'm reacting to, I know him and Adam Mustard Tiger, they put out a video that they missed it, and I believe Adam said that he was 15 minutes away and he got there 15 minutes early. He still missed it. So there was some miscommunication there on the first day. They understand how this stuff works. They know what it is. Your press conference guy is stating right there, he's like, you know, he took the blame. He's like, look, that was my fault. We should have had it together, but we dropped the ball somewhere. It's understandable that things are going to happen. The media, in order for them to write, to put the things out that the school needs and the school to have its media out there, for the school to have their press information out there, they need access, because what they see is going to be a little different from what they're seeing from the edits of a well-off media or the reach the people media. They need to have access because it's all about POV. All right, we see these POV videos all over social media. It's all about point of view. Your point of view, what you're looking at, how you're seeing it, your pen is going to move just a little different if you had access of your own and you can see things with your own eyes. So I understand what they're saying, but I like the fact that Coach Prime is just open. He wants to get the work done. He's really focused. He's zoned in right now. You can tell the excitement in his demeanor. He's ready to rock and roll. He got the dark shades on and he's just like, man, listen, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm about to take care of TCU and I want you to feel my energy, and I can feel that energy.
A lot of coaches are, want to say, hey, we don't hear the outside noise. I don't hear anything that's going on. You're not adverse to saying, I hear it and I'm keeping receipts. Why is that?
That's who I am. That's what was a player. You think I'm gonna change? No, I don't change, man. I mean, I'm consistent with who I am, what I am, how I am. I'm close to being 56 years old, looking good and feeling good, talking good, walking good, with a limp, but I love life. I love the life I live, and I live the life I love. So I'm not adverse to the nonsenses of life. A lot of coaches sit up there and lie to you because they want you to believe something else about who they are. You know who I am. I've been consistent with who I've been for a long time. Now, I've been in the light since I was 18 years old. This ain't nothing new to me.
Nick Rothschild, Denver 7.
How you doing, Nick?
Great, Coach. I think you did this at Jackson, but I wanted to know the thinking behind the social media handles on the back of the practice.
Everybody wants to be noticed. Everybody wants to be followed. Everybody wants to be that person. So why not help them? Who don't want? Anybody in here don't want more followers? Why do you get on social? You want more followers, right? So why don't I help them? That's my obligation to my team. I help them. So that's why. Go ahead, Dave. It's a new age thing, man. Everybody's on social. You might as well help them. I wish we could do it in the game.
I kind of stepped on the audio there, but Coach said it's a new age thing. Everybody wants more followers and everybody is on social. So I did make those comments when I made that video about the social media handle. You can go to my channel. You can see that. I think the thumbnail has either 3 or 4 players on the thumbnail, and it does have their social handles on the back of their jersey. I know that one of the constituents, one of the club members, they actually pointed out that it was not Coach Prime that started it. UCF or another school started that wave. I thank you for that information. But it's the forward-thinking way. Everything is about social media. These kids have NIL deals that they're going after. They're trying to let people know who they are. And the reasons why you put names and numbers on the back of jerseys is because you need to know who made that play. The idea of their social is so that you can get to know who they are. They can get more followers. The more followers these kids have on their social media, the more relevant they are, and they can negotiate bigger deals for their NIL. This is what this is about. Coach Prime says, like, yo, how can you blame the kids for wanting to get a bag and help their families out when the school is doing exactly the same thing, trying to get a bag to help out their situation? The media is there for a specific reason. Everything is about the bag. The bigger picture is all about the bag. Just look behind Coach Prime. When you see all of the logos behind Coach Prime, you see that logo, you get familiar with it. They can put that logo on a t-shirt because you know about it. They'll put that logo on a shoe, you'll go buy it. Everything is about the bag. There's no secret that everybody wants to be the guy. People are now buying blue handles or blue check marks on Twitter because now you can pay a $5 or $8 per month and you can have that blue check. It makes you seem more relevant. More people think that you're more legit, so that's what you're gonna do it. That's why you're gonna go pay that monthly fee to get that blue check mark. It's all about relevancy. If you're relevant, people think that you're special. They're gonna follow you. There is no secret about the idea of social media handle because that's where we are. We are in the social media era. This era is about about who's hot on social media. Should I follow them? Should I press that like button? Should I press that subscribe? Should I press that follow button? That's what it's all about. And I like the idea of making sure that these kids get theirs as well. So for the haters, for those who are the detractors that say Coach Prime is only about himself, he does not care about these kids, another one. You understand what I'm saying? Another one to let you know that Coach Prime cares about these kids getting theirs. Not just the education, not just the football contract, but the NIL deals, being able to take care of their parents, because he was once there. He was there before. Understand that.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing, sir?
TNBR Sports. Good.
Thank you.
I'm just curious about Jaquez Robinson and Demoy Kennedy, just bringing that culture.
One at a time. Jaquez is doing well. He's going to play a little corner tomorrow for us, just to give us a little more depth, because he's versatile like that. Mr. Kennedy, he's getting there. He's getting there.
Well, just
he's full speed. He made a play the other day, come out the backfield, break to the sideline, and he was rolling. I mean, humping. He can run. He can fly. His pursuit is unbelievable, and I like the passion that he comes to work with. And he loves the game.
How have they helped instill this new culture you're trying to bring in here?
Well, I think the new culture it was already here when they got here. Yeah, it was already here. They just got to be a part of it.
Go ahead, Mark. Mark Kisler, Denver Post.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. We've asked you about unity and cohesion of the team. You talked about everybody from schools to players chasing the bag. Is part of the unity of this team the realization that you're doing things a different way, or aren't the way?
I don't say it's different. I just think it's the way I do things. I'm not going to say it's different. I just think it's the way I do things. I've learned from a multiplicity of coaches that did some really phenomenal things. I take certain things from Coach Dave Cable, my youth coach, Coach Ron Hoover, my high school coach, Bobby Bowden, Mickey Andrews, and so forth, and Coach Shanahan, Coach Ray Rose. I mean, Coach, all the coaches that I played for. I've taken little bits and pieces and incorporated them in what my dream and my vision is for this team. So I glean from quite a bit, and I like what we're doing. I like what we're doing. And there's certain things, I played the darn game, man. Like I know what I've told you several times, I've said in every seat. I've been the parent, getting the kid recruited. I've been the coach and the player. And so it's not a viewpoint that I hadn't seen. So I love that advantage point. I do, I really do. And I've been in the media for darn 20 years. I know what you guys are ready to do and what you guys want too.
Right. Yeah. Chasing the bag. Can that be unifying? Because us in the media, everybody. I mean, schools, coaches, players.
That's life, man. We all want to be comfortable, right? You know, the only thing that separates me from many people or the fluent for people is having the option. I have the option to go to a car lot and get what I want to get. I have the option to go to a shopping plaza and get what I want. That's an option. Everybody wants options, right? That's what we're searching. And peace, right? You all want peace, and you all want options. Isn't that what you're searching? Or somebody just say, oh, I just love my job. Oh, my God, I just love it. Man, please, you want the option. But I really enjoy what I do. I really do. This is not work to me. There's no way you come here and look out those darn windows, and I'm on that beautiful practice field with the beautiful grass and it's manicured, and I'm looking at mountains. Man, you got to be kidding me. This ain't no darn job. This is a blessing to be out here amongst these kids and leading them in the right direction and posing as their navigational system. It's a blessing to me, and I take it serious.
Coach, we just recently learned Zach Blackwood's going to go back to his JUCO.
Say it again?
Zach Blackwood is going to go back to his JUCO. We just learned that the other day. But is there any concerns about depth? I know you have like some scholarship spots open. Is there any concerns about depth?
You know how many, you talking about scholarship spots. How many people we got on the roster right now? 100 and what?
115.
115. You think we need any more people? You can only travel with 70 what?
72 maybe.
72. So that means that's an extra 35 or 30, whatever it is, whatever. What is it, baby girl? Oh, yeah, that's right, forgot it. I forgot. We wasn't gifted in math. But yeah, shoot, we don't need that. Why don't we save those? Why don't we save those? Because we about to win. We about to really win. And we're going to need more recruits next week, right? Next year.
Yeah.
All right, think about that. Forward thinking. We can only put 11 out on field at a time. Think about that. Everything you can come up with, we've thought out, man. I'm not new to this, man. I'm true to this. Been doing this for a minute. I know you think I haven't been at this level for a minute, but I've been in football for the last how many years? A long time.
Yeah.
All right. I know what I'm doing.
I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. And I had to highlight that for the haters. That's for sure. He knows what he's doing, guys. Relax. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This man is not somebody who just picked up a football yesterday and decided to coach. He could have just jumped straight and started petitioning to be a coach in the NFL. But Coach Prime started coaching with the Pee-wee guys, the low babies. I've said this in another video, man. He's been coaching low key a long, long time ago when you weren't paying attention. You started paying attention when the championships started to come in. That's when you started paying attention. Oh, wait, Neon Deion is coaching? Oh, wait, he just won a state championship? Oh, wait, with his son being the quarterback? Wait a minute. And then he goes to Jackson State, says he's going to win, and he wins. You don't have to like this stuff. You just got to understand it. When we say we're non-delusional, you have to understand why we're saying we're not delusional. Delusion means that you don't pay attention to any of the details, the process or the mentality or what he brings to the table along with the other coaches that are here. If you don't pay attention to any of those things, the work that they're putting in, then you are delusional. That's why the BWBs, we're not delusional, because we're paying attention to the details. The rest is going to handle itself on the field. I get that, but you are delusional if you don't pay attention to what he's doing. Everything that he's laying out, you don't like it. Yeah, you don't want to pay attention to that. That's why some people in the comments talking about I'm realistic and I'm a realistic fan and all of that stuff. You're a realistic fan, yeah. You're realistic based on what information? You gotta be realistic based on some type of information. When you're realistic when you said Georgia won last year, but I'm also realistic to say that Coach Prime also won last year. So what are you talking about? Like, how is it that your information is realistic, but our information is not realistic? How is it that undefeated seasons is not realistic? It's only realistic for the other guy.
So when you're sitting in meetings with Sean Lewis and Charles Kelly and you're installing this offense
And defense.
and offense and defense, what kind of advisory role do you play and what kind of
A
input
tremendous role.
in shaping this offense and defense?
Tremendous. I know what I want to see. I know what I like. I know these kids. I have relationships with them. I know what it should look like. I've been in a multitude of levels. I've played for a multiplicity of coaches, and I know what I want. I know what I want. So, and those guys are doing a wonderful job of being who they are, but also just playing to the strengths of our team, of the personnel. You can want to do this and that, but if you don't have the personnel, you're not. I wish you would have seen the display of receivers that we saw out there today. It is unbelievable. It's not a receiver on the starting unit right now that can't take that thing 80 to 85 yards and hit their head against the current goalpost. It's unbelievable. And it was on display today.
What do you feel like is your biggest challenge right now in installing that offense?
We don't have challenges. We present challenges.
We don't have challenges, we present challenges. Also, I have some kids on this team that can catch that ball and run past the goalpost or go run and hit that goalpost. Remember Forrest Gump? He just kept running. Haters and detractors who are listening, who are in the comments and they're talking crazy. Is it a lie that Coach Prime knows the game? Is it a lie that Coach Prime would know talent? When you have been a dog all of your life, an elite player all of your life, will you say that the elite player knows how to pick players? He would know another dog if he saw one? Do you agree with that? Forget about Michael Jordan and him owning his own team and not being able to put together talents. I know somebody said that before, but do you believe that Coach Prime, not anybody else, do you believe that Coach Prime knows how to pick talent? So when he says, I have some kids on this team that's about to light it up, do you believe that? And if you don't, then wait till the season starts, because you know what? We coming.
Coach, since seeing what your quarterback and your offensive coordinator did in the spring and what they're doing now, how do you feel like their relationship has developed over the last year?
Well, it's really the job of the coordinator to get to know the talent, not the talent to know the coordinator. We got to get to know these young men. They're helping us win, okay? So we got to get to know them and understand who they are and do the things that they're capable of doing, and also have command on what we're trying to accomplish as well. When you talk about Shedeur played a darn game, man. Shedor's smart as a whip. We got to take advantage of that. He's been very successful before he got here. We got to glean from some of the things that he did to make it to this point and make sure he's comfortable with the offense. And the main thing, really, we just got to protect the kid. If we keep him upright, I can't wait till you see what he does, especially with the receivers. Plethora of receivers that we have that can straight out ball, and they can run like the wind.
Coach Tyler King from the Denver Gazette. You guys recently had Russell Wilson, some other Broncos players out on Folsom Field working out. I'm just curious, how important is that to kind of for the players in your program to see that up close and personal and just build a relationship with the Broncos being so close as you guys are?
It's not just a relationship. First of all, Sean Payton and I are really close. We're tight. He's a good man, great coach. I can't wait to see what they do. Russell reached out and wanted to come over and bring some of the young men, and we're also familiar with a lot of the men that plays on that team. So for him to come over and want to use our facilities, it was a blessing because I want our kids to see what a pro looks like. How does a pro work? How do they go about their business? And that was phenomenal for them to see for 2 days straight. And I thank Russell and all the guys that came out. The guys were so pleasant, man. I think every last one of them shook my hand and thanked me for allowing them on our field. And that was a blessing to us. And they thought I was blessing them. They were blessing us because our kids got to see them come in the weight room and work out and go in the indoor and get some more workouts. They worked out for a length of time. That was really good. I wish we could do more of that in the next offseason.
Coach Brian.
How you doing, sir?
Coach Otis with Associated Press. You went through a couple of health scares a couple of months ago. And just how physically are you doing? How do you feel? I see you still have a boot.
Yeah, I lost a few steps, but I'm still proud. I lost a few steps, but I'm still proud. I should be able to run out with the team in Fort Worth. That's the goal, and we're going to eclipse it. It's going to happen. So they have we have some wonderful doctors, man, wonderful staff, wonderful trainers that are committed to giving me health as well as the players and the staff. But I'm going to run out with the team in Fort Worth.
And I just recall you having to play through some foot injuries, during your career, and is this like a residue from those days?
No, blood clots, they had nothing to do with me playing, and it had nothing to do with what they call it, the pandemic thing. What's the shot? Had nothing to do with the shot. It's hereditary, so people should know that. My uncle passed away with blood clots. My other uncle almost passed away with blood clots. My mother has blood clots, so it's hereditary, unfortunately.
Go ahead, Aria.
I'm curious, is Dylan Edwards everything that he was advertised?
More. The kid, I think he's putting on 12 to 15 pounds. He's a dog. He wants all the smoke. He wants the ball. He's not just a bounce guy that bounces outside. He can run between the tackles. Dylan Edwards is a phenomenal, electrifying player. We plan on having him returning kicks as well as getting the ball to him as much as possible.
And then my second question to that.
Before she gets to her second question, Dylan Edwards is one of our running backs in our running backs room. A lot of people are actually predicting that we have one of the best running back rooms in college football. This is going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be awesome to watch. Our whole scheme is going to be surrounding the run. Dylan Edwards is a freshman. Dylan Edwards is coming in as a freshman. It's all upside. He ain't been banged up. He's coming straight from high school. He doesn't have the experience, but when Coach Prime says what he's saying about Dylan Edwards and the kid is putting on 15 pounds of muscle, it's about to be a problem in that locker room.
Coach, I know the work goes year round, but once you guys get to fall camp, does the mindset shift because you know that season's right around the corner?
Why would the mindset shift?
Because it's right there.
We practice to win, we play to win, we work to win. It's all about winning and developing and getting these kids to the next level. That never changes, no matter what time of the year. That never changes. It is what it is, and we won't change that. The standard is the standard, and we're going to stick to the standard.
I definitely wanted to speak on this because I feel like when it comes to the mindset, it's what I speak the most about on my channel, on TLP Sports Club. The mindset of Coach Prime, what he stands for, how he moves, what he believes, and how he moves. When you believe a certain thing, that never changes. It's not going to change based on the weather, based on the time of year. You're always going to move in that way. If these kids come in here and Coach Prime is not wavering on his standards, he's always going to be the same. That gives me an insight that lets me know that these kids have to be on their P's and Q's when they come through that door. If you're operating that way the whole entire year, that's what gives them that edge that they have to go undefeated at Jackson State, because they're operating in that spirit the whole entire year. The second that they come into Coach Prime's presence, it starts right away. You got to start being respectful. You got to start thinking about that white socks, the dress code, everything. We're not going to wait until fall ball to start thinking about the things that we need to implement. That is the part of the discipline that I always speak about on Coach Prime. That's part of the non-delusional aspect. These kids come into that locker room right away. They come to that school right away. We start working right away. The second you come here, the work begins, and the work never stops. That consistency, that's what's going to make a difference in the end, because we're not taking no days off. It's no days off. You all know that NDO champ, he's Liberian too. No days off. NDO champ, salute my guy. We're going to start working from day one, and that's what Coach Prime implements, and that's what gives me the confidence to say stuff like non-delusional. We understand what's going on.
Hey, Coach, Craig Meyer, PTC Sports Report. There are varying projections for this team. You know, pick 11 from the Pac-12.
Now, who cares about that? Who gets it right? Who gets it right? Who gets it right? Who really gets it right? You guys got it right. You're in Vegas right now. You're in Vegas right now at the window with a birthday suit on, man. Come on. Nobody gets it right. Y'all projecting what you guys, nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like I know what's going to happen, but I don't know what's going to happen.
You're not working with a certain win total or any kind of record here. What's your expectation for this team, though?
To win. To win. To win, develop, get these guys to the next level, and have them to be men, not boys. That's my expectation, and we're going to clip that. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. I don't know how to say it. I wish I could say it in several different languages, but we're going to win.
Say it again. Say it one more time, Coach. say it one more time, Coach. We're going to win. Haters, beware. We're going to win, and we're going to win big. We're going to win here. I keep telling y'all we're going to win. We're going to win because Coach Prime believes in what he's saying. He believes in the men that's in their locker room, and he believes what he has put together, the coaching staff, the student players, everything that's around him, the trainers, and everyone. He believes in that. If he didn't, you would see that look on his face that he had when they asked him that question. This ain't the team that we're going to be playing with at TCU. These kids are something different. I'm looking to these kids' eyes. These kids are scared. I don't know what's going on, but this is not the team we're going to be playing with. Now, you can't look into his eyes because he's wearing those dark shades, looking like straight out of Compton, right? Coach Prime straight up looking like straight out of Compton with those shades on. We're going to win. And the reason why we're going to win is because the work is being done. That's the idea. The work is being done. Understand the work. You have a reason for thinking that we're not going to win. I have a reason for thinking that we're going to win. You have an argument, I have an argument. I can lay it out, you can lay it out. So what makes you think you're right? And you can say the same thing about me. What makes me think that I'm right? But we're going to see on that field. The confidence that Coach Prime has is the confidence that we're all standing on. That we coming and we're going to win.
People have had opinions about you, the program, the transfer portal, whatever it seems to be. As a player, did you ever internalize that and put that energy into proving them wrong? Or what is your mindset when people have opinions? What do you do with that? You just block it out or do you use it?
I don't care. Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I'm pretty sure I get every darn coach I'm playing against, head coaches. Anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. The youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you. As long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there. And the old school, not old fools. Last one.
All right, before we get to that last question, guys, if God is for you, who can be against you? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. At the end of the day, what people think about us is going to affect us to a certain extent. Yes, we're going to feel a certain way because we're human. We have emotions. Emotions are going to go and they're going to come. All right, when somebody says something negative about you, of course you're going to feel a certain way. You're going to respond in a certain way. Compliments are there and there's going to be negative comments as well. But for the most part, you have to understand who you are are in order for those deflections to be more, for the deflections to be stronger than you receiving and taking in those negative comments. Negative comments are inevitable. First of all, if he keeps receipt, then that means that he's human. He lets you know that he's human. And those negative comments, when they come, is what you do with the negative comments that makes the difference in how you move at the end of the day. The devil comes to steal, kill, and to destroy your joy, your life, and everything. People have taken negative comments to heart and it has destroyed them. It's not that you're not going to get negative comment or you're not going to feel a certain way when somebody's hating on you, but what do you do afterwards? You got to be able to take those negative comments and you got to say, that's not me. And if you already know who you are, certain comments are not going to bother you as much as other comments. Not all comments are going to weigh the same. So no matter how big you are, no matter how strong you are, even like Coach Prime, who's very confident, he believes in himself, comments do affect us, but on different levels. For example, oh, you ugly, you're short, you're tall, you're not good enough. So our strength and what we know about ourselves deflects certain comments. Sometimes some comments are going to land, but when they land, how long are they going to stay there? How long are you going to stay in that? You got to decide how long you're going to stay there. Don't let people's idea of you define who you are. Okay, family, that is all the information that I have for this video. I hope you got a little something out of it, and if you did, please make sure to smash that subscribe button to help this channel grow. That's all I do here. I'm going to have to leave it right there. You know who I am. I'm Harry B, and that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club.